It's time to go live and talk about this Cowboys draft class. It's been a hell of a weekend. All right, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to discuss this draft class instant reaction. This is serious? Cap mode. All right, so we're in it. We're in it to win it, just like the Cowboys are. All right, so I'll wait here a few seconds for people to jump on to the live stream. Instant reaction, baby. Instant reaction. So here we go. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to everybody. All right. Lavelle, what's up, man? Best draft in years. Okay. So we're going to talk about all of our picks here. Just, my instant reaction to what this means for the team and, what it means moving forward. So we'll go in chronological order, obviously. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Thanks for jumping on here. The first round pick, fell right into our laps. Let's talk about CD Lamb. All right, everybody. Let me know what you guys think about CD Lamb in the comments. What did you think of the pick? All right. What I'm gonna say is this: CD Lamb, has a lot of production, and you're gonna see a common theme here with the Cowboys draft class this year. And you're seeing, I mentioned this in Twitter, you're seeing a little bit of the sprinkling here of Mike McCarthy's analytical side, the analytics team, coupled with the scouting department. This draft class just has a different feel to it, He can play with any quarterback. He proved he'll do it again here with Dak Prescott, and you can move him anywhere you want. Put him in the slot, you can put him in the inside, you can. All these receivers are very interchangeable as far as where you want to play them. We've seen Gallup line up in the slot. Same with Amari Cooper. So they're gonna open up this offense. All right, they're gonna open it up. In the press conference, Mike McCarthy already mentioned that Kellen Moore was shooting him over some new plays. Creating new plays for this lineup. That's exciting too. So, they're chomping at the bit. These offensive-minded guys like McCarthy and Kellen Moore, they're chomping at the bit, and that's exciting for us. It also protects you in case there's some sort of injury to one of our guys. We have two 1,000-yard receivers, and God forbid if one of them goes down for whatever reason. It is the NFL. People do get hurt. They get dinged up. He can pick up the slack easily. All right, so I love that CD Lamb pick. For him to fall there in the Cowboys' lap, it was a good sign. All right, it was a good sign. The stars are aligned for the Cowboys, deep in the heart of Texas. All right, to the second round pick, the same situation. We're all sitting there, thinking, are we gonna get a safety? What are we gonna do here? And speaking of safety, I tweeted this earlier in the day. There was no safety. There was no safety drafted. All right, so this is a clue that they feel good internally with their safeties. They got Clinton Diggs. They got Xavier Woods for another year here. But I think a lot of people are overlooking Donovan Wilson. Donovan Wilson has his coach with the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy brought that coach over here. He knows Donovan Wilson in and out. Donovan Wilson had a hell of a preseason. He's a ball hawk. I think he had like 4 interceptions. All right. So that was great. There will be no trade for Jamal Adams. That's over. Okay, that's over. They're not going to do that. That is dead in the water. We can finally stop talking about that rumor. Okay. Next year, will it be Buda Baker? I'm hoping to God that somebody steps up here and we can forget about these crazy trades. Because we're not there yet where you're one player away. No, the Cowboys did do an immense job collecting talent here. Trayvon Diggs, athletic. Dane Brugler's number 4 cornerback coming out here had a first to second round grade. We get him. We get him in the second round, number 51. We didn't even have to move. He fell right into our laps. Played in the biggest games, played under the biggest lights. and he's ready. He gets coached very hard there with Nick Saban. So, you know, Al Harris, he's a no nonsense cornerback. He wants tough players, and I guarantee you, during these breakdowns, Al Harris said, "I want this kind of guy. This guy's too finesse. I don't want him." So you look at the two guys we got: Trayvon Diggs, Reggie Robinson, no nonsense, and you know, we got these types of players, tough players. You look at all of these guys; they're all tough, they're all across the board. All right, so Trayvon Diggs, he gives you, the starting. I'm not going to pencil him in, but you can probably pencil him in. I won't, ink him in there, but he's probably going to start opposite Cheeto. He will fight it out with Anthony Brown. He might not start week one. They like to ease in these cornerbacks. But if he's kicking ass, if he's doing good, then that's what it is. Then that's what it is. May the best player win the position. All right. So Trayvon Diggs, that's a really good pick for us. Round 3, Neville Gallimore. All right. He was on the Cowboys visits. Trayvon Diggs and Gallimore, they both met with the Cowboys. Interesting enough, in talking about CeeDee Lamb, they had him number 6 overall on their board, so they didn't even think he would be there. So they didn't schedule an interview or anything like that. They just leaned on the scouts for this, and that was the easy pick. But for Neville Gallimore, the fastest defensive tackle at the combine, 4.79, 40. When you watch the games, he's closing on people. All right. He's closing on tight ends. He's closing on running backs. It's incredible that the speed that this guy has. So a lot of production as well. He lives in the backfield. All right. His game is in the backfield. He's a penetrator. He'll bust up plays in the back, bust up, the running backs and that kind of thing, and he can pressure the quarterback as well. All right. So probably more of a 3 tech in the 4-3. And if you look at the players that they drafted, this still is more of a 4-3 heavy alignment. All right. We thought that there might have been a clue here as far as what they may have if they were going to take these tweener type of outside linebackers or big gigantic one tech players. That might have been a clue that they were going to go full blast 3-4, but that does not appear to be the case. All right, they may sprinkle that in there along with the nickel, but it looks like 4-3 will be the base going into this. But they'll mix it up. But Neville Gallimore, he'll be in the mix. He'll be in the rotation. He's an upgrade over Antoine Woods. I can tell you that right now. So you're looking to get better in the rotation. They've done that with Gerald McCoy. Dontari Poe's on a 1-year deal. You got to remember that. So we always talk about this on the Frisco report, and you look at some of these deals, 1-year deals, and a part of that was a defensive tackle position. All right, so you get Neville Gallimore, and I think he's just a really good pick there at 82. There was some other defensive tackles on the board, but you know this is what the Cowboys wanted. This is who they preferred. This is what their scouts, Will McClay, and the consensus. Mike McCarthy. They all liked him, so they went with Gallimore there. So good pick there. In the 4th round, Reggie Robinson. He's got the length, 6'1", and 204 pounds. I believe he's 200 and something pounds. So 4'4", 40. So he's got a lot of speed. This one here is going to be for competition as well. And you can see, this one here is going to be a little bit more of a project. He's not going to come in here right out the gate, probably like Trayvon Diggs, but he gives you a body there, and he'll give you some competition. He is deaf in his left ear, so but that hasn't stopped him from balling out. All right, his last season here in 2019, he had a bunch of pass deflections, 4 interceptions. So you like to see the progression there in college. and now he's going to roll that over into the pros. All right, with Al Harris. All right, like I said, Al Harris wants these guys to. He wants alpha males. All right, Al Harris was an alpha male cornerback. All right, had a lot of swagger on the field, talked trash, backed it up. That's what he wants in these corners. That's what he wants in these secondary players. All right, so Trayvon Diggs, Reggie Robinson, they're that. They're not finesse. All right. There's some more finesse players out there, cornerbacks that were out there that had bigger names, but that's not the the new DNA that these Cowboys want. This is a new program. It's a new DNA. We want alpha males here. All right, we have a couple already. You know, Jordan Lewis to me falls into that category. Cheeto as well, and then you're adding more of this. All right. In the fourth round, we moved back into it. We gave up our fifth round pick and next year's fifth round pick to pick up the center Tyler Biadish. Biadish. All right, that is the pronunciation. I finally looked it up. I looked it up in Dane Brugler's draft guide. It's Tyler Biadish. All right. So with Tyler Biadish out of Wisconsin, fourth round talent, I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Leading up to the draft, you know, people were saying that Connor McGovern, he was going to take over. We're not going to draft the center, this and that. I said, hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Then you get the rumor about Cesar Ruiz. All right. Then you get the rumor about Cushenberry. Then you get, you know, just rumors started popping up about these centers. So that is the plan is for McGovern to beat out Connor Williams. I think that they're not high on Connor Williams right now. He keeps, you know, showing up on the injury report. He's a little finesse, you know, if we're being quite honest. And they want Connor McGovern to win that. They want him to win that position. Okay, so you get Tyler Biadish. He's not Travis Frederick. Travis Frederick was a first round player, and that kind of thing. But Tyler Biadish comes from a good program, knows how to run. You know, I mean, you know the Wisconsin program. These guys, that's what their expertise, that's what their speciality is. All right. I mean, you look at Jonathan Taylor. They opened up holes for that guy, ran all over the place. I think he had like a 2,000-yard season or something for the Badgers. So Mike McCarthy in the press conference said that he actually watched one of the games because he still lives up there. So he watched, I think it was Utah versus Wisconsin, right? So he saw this player first, you know, hands on, and saw what he was good for. Why he fell, he had his AC scoped in his shoulder, but it's not a big concern. It was just a scoping. He played 41 out of 41 games at Wisconsin, so very, very durable. All right, he's another Zach Martin type of player where he didn't miss a single game. All right, every game he started, he played, you know, whistle to whistle. So I like that pick there. I like that they're wanting to keep the strength of their offense intact, you know, keep building up on that. So they mentioned that in the press conference too. So you're talking about keeping the offensive line powerful and strong. Don't be surprised if in future drafts you start to see these draft picks at other positions. All right. Where are you getting long in the tooth at? Probably the left tackle, Tyron Smith. You still have him playing at a pretty good level, but the strategy's in place. You know, they want to keep it. They want to keep that offensive line strong and powerful. So that I love hearing that. The thing about, I think under the Jason Garrett administration, they hung on to players way too long, past their prime, and paid them a lot of money. I'm not so sure we'll see that here with McCarthy. I know that in Green Bay, if you weren't getting it done, you were out of here. All right. So, you know, we'll see how Tristan Hill, you know, reacts to all these new bodies around him. All right. You got a lot of no nonsense players in here. McCoy, he's no nonsense. All right. Dontari Poe, he's on a 1-year deal. they're going to compete. You know, Dontari Poe has bounced around the league for a reason. He's not the end all be all. Okay, we need to keep that in mind. McCoy getting up there in age. When you get older, you get injuries. All right, so Cowboys, magnificent job here. Hopefully, the future at defensive tackle is Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore. At the end of the day, hopefully these guys, you know, with more experience, they're able to move into starter positions. But they'll be in the mix for sure. Um, the fifth round, this is where we got the steal of steals. Bradley and I, all right. I had him mocked early in some of my mock drafts as a third round. And, you know, for me, I based it off the production, what I saw on film in his games. He got to the quarterback. He's not the fastest person by any means. Appreciate the donation to Tick. Thank you, brother. But yeah, 30 sacks, right? 30 sacks. There's something to be said with production when you're getting sacks or like that, okay? That Utah defense, they were playing out of their mind. They had a lot of players get drafted. You know, you got Lakey Fotu, Terrell Burgess, Bradley and I, and they had a couple other players that they got drafted off that defense. So there was something in the water up there. But Bradley and I, you know, that was another flashing light. You know, we talked about that with CeeDee Lamb, the flashing light. Trayvon Diggs again. Too bad this thing was not. Too bad this thing was not in Vegas, because it would have fit perfect with the flashing lights when you hit the lottery or when you hit the big jackpot. All right, the theme fit perfect here. We hit the jackpot on this draft class. You know, not to get ahead of ourselves, but I haven't felt this excited about a draft class in a very long time. You know, maybe 2016 might have been the last draft class that was pretty exciting. So Bradley and I put him in the mix there. You know, let him do his thing. Pin his ear back. Put him in rotation there with Alden Smith. You know, or do you want to play him over there with DeMarcus Lawrence? He can play the run. So I like it, man. I really like that steal there. Hell of a steal, man, in the fifth round. They got a lot of value on a lot of these players. All right, they got a lot of value on all these players. So they get him, and then they close it out with Ben DiNucci. Okay, the quarterback. This was more of a familiarity here that Mike McCarthy had with the staff there, with Pittsburgh and James Madison. You know, Mike McCarthy came out in the press conference and said that he reminded him of a Mark Bulger. Okay, so do you remember Mark Bulger? He played for the Rams. You know, he competed with Kurt Warner, West Coast type of offense, obviously. So he knows with Ben DiNucci, he can, you know, see, you know, do they carry three quarterbacks? That'll be the question at the end of the day. All right, but he likes them, you know, and some of the rare footage I was able to find of him, he looks good, man. I mean, I had never heard of him. He wasn't on my radar at all, not at all. So I'll do a video on Ben DiNucci here to do a legit deep dive on him. I didn't want to put you know, a half-assed effort on that one there, so I'm gonna wait on that one. I will have another video covering these prospects, you know, probably later this week, more in depth, some more notes and tidbits on these players, how they'll fit in, which vets might be in trouble for competition, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, you're looking to replace people. The purpose of the draft is to churn your roster to improve where you're not good. Okay, so you're thinking about the players that have just been kind of been okay. You know, like a Tyron Crawford, back end of his career, too beat up. All right. Did you find a player in this draft to replace him? Is it Bradley and I? All right. One of these types of guys, you know, or is it going to be Dorrance Armstrong stepping up to bump him off? All right. So we'll see. You can't keep everybody, but you do want to turn this roster. Mike McCarthy has put his thumbprint on this draft class. You can see it all over the place. You know, with the analytics were sprinkled in this draft class. There's no doubt that it would be interesting to see what this draft would have looked like if it was, you know, Jason Garrett. You know, would these been safer picks? Would they have been, you know, would they have gone another direction? But with this, well planned, man. Props to the Cowboys, man, and the scouting department, Will McClay, and Coach McCarthy. This is first draft class and pretty damn good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this draft class. Who's your favorite pick? All right, is it CeeDee Lamb? Who's the biggest steal of this draft? Is it Bradley Anae? Is it Tyler Biadasz? All right, Tyler Biadasz. Is it him? Is there a diamond in the rough? All right. Is Reggie Robinson a diamond in the rough? You're talking about the 4th round, okay? You're talking about the 4th round and on. You start, you know, thinking about diamonds in the rough. Is Reggie Robinson that? Maybe this quarterback. You never know. But you know, instant reaction. I would say that this is an A. I mean, you know, an A at the minimum, possibly even an A plus. I mean, it probably is an A plus. What do you guys think? What is your instant grade reaction for this draft class? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Do you give it an A plus, an A minus, a B plus? What do you grade this team? All right, I'll have another video here. You know, this weekend covering the undrafted prospects. I know everybody likes to talk about these guys. So we're going to keep this going, everybody. We're going to keep talking about these prospects, how they fit into the draft, and has this team improved the roster? I believe so. Thanks to everybody that joined the live instant reaction to this 2020 draft class. I appreciate all you guys, you know, sticking around here. I see the growth. I see the new members. I see familiar names in the chats, in the live streams. I appreciate you guys. I always see a lot of the same guys. I appreciate you guys, my members, my new members. I appreciate all of you guys as well. You're helping out the channel immensely with upgrades and that kind of thing. Things behind the scenes that I'm able to upgrade. So appreciate you guys. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. It's just, it goes by so quick. You know, it was Thursday, all the excitement, and then we're already done. So, but we're not done here at Cowboys Blog. Continue to follow us. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, guys. Hit the bell notification to get all the notifications. And be sure to check back tonight for the Frisco report. We're going to go live. It'll be me and Dallas Cowboy Football News. We do the Frisco report. We're going to do a joint breakdown of the draft as well. So make sure you check that out. TheFriscoReport.com. You can visit that site as well. And that'll be later tonight. You can, that podcast, I think we're going to try to kick it off at 9 o'clock Central Time. So if you can't get enough draft talk about the Cowboys, I know I can't. I'm just all over the place. I'm exhausted. I'm tired, but it's a lot of fun. But that's it, guys. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for all the continued support and checking out the video of the draft. It makes this a lot of fun because it is a lot of work behind the scenes putting these together. But I appreciate the views and everybody that's joined up. Cowboys Nation, rise up. We're coming for this Lombardi trophy, man. We got a real coach now. And this draft class is one hell of a way to kick it off, everybody. I'll see you guys for the next video, guys. Peace, everybody.